Welcome. This presentation will focus on a southeast inland area of Australia known as the Murray-Darling Basin. Research has been undertaken to gain knowledge of how the clearing of native vegetation has negatively impacted the biodiversity of the region. The basin covers over 1 million square kilometres, or around 14% of Australia's continent, predominantly in parts of New South Wales, Victoria, the ACT. It certainly reaches well up into Queensland as well and across into the southeast corner of South Australia, so very diverse landscapes. Got the Great Dividing Range, 23 major river channels, more than 30,000 wetlands, grasslands, shrublands, vast riverine forests, woodlands and floodplains. It also includes 16 internationally recognised and protected Ramsar wetlands, so really indicating its unique, highly regarded biodiversity, providing a strong rationale for continued research. Mention of methodology, some keywords there. You can see an example of a Boolean search I used. Environmental databases were useful and date primitives of 2006 to 2018, kept my resources current. It's all easily done through the Curtin Library. Murray-Darling Basin is really regarded as Australia's food bowl, so there's a lot of information on agriculture and irrigation. It was important I delve beyond that to stay focused on sustainability. Diverse landscapes mean extensive biodiversity, all reliant on healthy waterways. Department of Environment currently lists 292 vulnerable flora and fauna species in New South Wales, 149 in Victoria. Many others are threatened or critically endangered. Research shows that large-scale clearing of the native vegetation has directly contributed to the degradation of waterways, heavily impacting on the sustainability of these habitats. So research questions will particularly focus on how land clearing directly contributes to the serious issue of soil and water salinity, how more recent land management strategies have exacerbated this problem and the negative environmental impacts, what's being done to address these concerns. Land clearing significantly changes how groundwater interacts with deeper underlying substrates. It unbalances that natural hydrological cycle. Research tells us that deep-rooted native trees like the Marley eucalypt are really efficient at absorbing rainwater and returning it to the atmosphere, that transpiration process. Without this vegetation, rainfall is not absorbed, seeps beyond the root zone, mobilising natural elements such as salt. The overall water table rises, bringing that salt to the surface as highly concentrated saline groundwater, which discharges into river systems. Extensive irrigation occurs in the region today, watering the small shallow-rooted crops like rice and cotton, putting further pressure on the water table, which responds as it would to increased rainfall. All of these events potentially affect freshwater flora and fauna as their habitats are fed by these waterways. High salinity has serious implications on water quality, which directly links to many other issues for aquatic ecosystems in the Murray-Darling Basin. Department of Environment lists key threats as loss, degradation and fragmentation of the rich habitats that provide food, shelter and nesting grounds. They're certainly considered threats for the critically endangered regent honeyeater, shown here. The Glenelg freshwater mussels threatened by reduction in water quality, including salinity. Invasive colonies can thrive in suitable conditions. The Wimmera bottlebrush, shown here, struggles with weed invasion. A resilient and sustainable future will require strong leadership and collaboration. The Basin plans a government response to environmental degradation concerns. It's an initiative which sees water trading, simulated flows of water, and close monitoring of vegetation, fish and water birds, all important indicators of a waterway's health. The topic strongly connects to the two Year 4 content descriptors here. An understanding of how ecosystems are dependent on each other and how human actions can be detrimental to the environment could be achieved. Actions and initiatives can be undertaken to help ensure a sustainable future for the Murray-Darling Basin. This provides a strong link to the sustainability statement, which discusses the preservation and restoration of an environment.